So like yesterday I did 4 miles of cardio, and literally I sat on the couch for, okay, so check it out. I was watching Gone in 60 Seconds, and I was literally gone in 60 seconds. I was gone. Amanda said as soon as she hit the couch, she's like, she dropped her phone. And then she's like, I didn't even respond because I was already out. And I remember her saying this. She's like, what is this movie? I don't get it. I was like, it's Gone in 60 Seconds. I was like, you've never even seen it. She's like, anyways, that's all I remember. And I was done.
Yeah. I'm done at 9 o'clock. I'm like, and I'm a night owl. I've always been, I stay up till, I try to go to bed by midnight. Sometimes I stay up till 1, and now I'm like 9 o'clock.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. It's the mornings, the earlier you get up, and then obviously if you're active throughout the entire day and you're giving, sometimes when I hit the couch, but if I keep going, I stand up, I'm doing things, I'm straight. But as soon as I hit my couch, it's like instantly
done.
I'm
well,
done.
And I thought I was going to be able to accomplish shit in the morning, but my kid hears me no matter how silent I am. I put hot water in the microwave and I push the button so I don't slam the door shut. She still hears me, and she's like, Mom, are you up? I'm like, no, go back to bed.
Like, go to bed. Yeah, that's unfortunately for me, Silas doesn't get up until around 6:30, and then normally I have to wake him up so he can go to school and everything. But yeah, I need that morning time. That's why on the weekends when everyone's still sleeping, like I get up, I play records, and I chill. That's my time. My records and music listening, that's my Graceland, that's my therapy.
I hear you. I like it though.
What's that?
I like it though.
Well, I'm glad. I'm happy for you. It changed my life. You know, I'm sure there's other people that can, agree to that waking up early, because we hear about that, right? Like high achievers wake up early, morning routine, and someone was like, whatever. And then until you start doing it, you're like, by 8 o'clock, I've been up for 2 hours, 3 hours. I feel good. I'm ready to roll. So
yeah.
It starts to get easier over time. It starts to get easier. So you guys will officially get started in 2 minutes. Good to see everybody. If you are going to be here today for Foundation of Preparation, I just want to send a thank you to you guys, because if you're going to be here, you're also going to drive and spend some time with us in person today. I just want to say thank you for the double commitment. I know it's not easy, and I appreciate that. And so today we'll have some fun, we'll have some food, we'll break bread, we'll strategize and make sure that you guys get the best out of your time today. So I'm looking forward to seeing everybody if you are coming to Foundation of Preparation today. That starts at 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock here at HQ in Oakland. Lakeitha, if you can mute yourself. All right, let me mute her. Okay, perfect.
Elias, how's your mom?
You know what, Mom is okay. She's getting kind of some mixed signals from the doctors. One doctor said that, so what happened is my mom got rushed to the hospital the other night in an ambulance. She's had COVID. Well, she was getting these really, really bad headaches, and she actually fell down and hit her head and got rushed to the hospital. Well, when they obviously did the tests and everything to see what was causing the pain, they found out that I think it's carotid artery had shortening, and so she's not getting the proper blood flow to her brain, and it's causing tremendous levels of headaches. Well, one doctor said that it's 55% clogged, and so through like medicine and time and dietary changes, it will, start to clear up, as long as she stays committed. Well, then another doctor last night said, well, it's 70%, and so she's like mixed thoughts and hearing different things. So she has another round of testing today. And so appreciate you asking. I mean, my mom's relatively, a healthy person. She's still got some pep in her step. If you guys have seen my mom is, definitely young spirited. So we'll see how it goes over the next couple of days, but I appreciate the prayers. I appreciate the shout outs on Instagram, and I share those things with her. And she's like, son, so does that mean I'm an influencer? I'm like, sure, Mom. It means you're an influencer and you're influencing the masses. I was like, people think you're really, really cool, Mom. So she's like, good. She's like, it's okay to share what I'm going through, because I'll feel their light and I'll feel their energy. So, and my mom's name is Angela Astuto. There's two Angelas Astutos because I have an aunt, but you guys will recognize her. So if you guys want to send her a message on Facebook, she's super active on her Facebook. And then she just realized yesterday, I was like, Mom, why aren't you watching, your shows on your phone? She's like, I can do that, son. I was like, I bought her an iPhone. I'm like, Mom, yeah, you can watch shows. You can, you can binge watch on your phone. She's like, okay, all right. So, but
Next,
thank
we
you.
need to get her the AirPods.
What's that?
You'll need to get her the AirPods next.
Yeah, I don't even have AirPods. I don't like them personally. And then like, I've never had them and I don't like, because they don't really fit in my ears anyways. I should get her some. So, all right, guys, let's officially get started on this beautiful, beautiful Friday morning, January 21st. I am absolutely pumped up. I drove here from Lathrop this morning and I literally hit only 12 minutes of traffic and it was cool. Smooth sailing, got to have my time, my university time, I call that. Fill my own cup, fill my own mind, get my thoughts prepared for not only this session, but for our in-person session, because it's literally two different types of energy, right? I got to make sure that I provide some dialogue and some thoughts and, some thought-provoking conversations here, but I also have to have a different type of energy when I'm in person with you guys. So super stoked about the day. I'm pumped up about what's ahead. So let's do this. We have quite a few people on the line today. I want to call on somebody that I've never called on before to bring us out on the field. So I'm going to go over to Maria. Maria, love your energy, love your spirit. Look at her. She's like, wait a minute. She knew it. She knew it. So I'm going to have Miss Maria up in Sacramento represented for us, bring us out of the tunnel and bring us out on the field on this beautiful Friday morning.
Well, good morning, Team Fast. You know what? Today is Friday. How exciting is it for us to wake up, enjoy the sun, be here on a Friday, 8:30 in the morning for group coaching, because we're taking it to the next level. We're going to go into this weekend. We're going to do our open houses. We're going to get fed. We're going to serve. We're going to hit that $2 billion mark this year, baby. Let's go.
Yes, I love it. You know what? Here's the thing, what I love about when different people bring us out on the field, it's like, it's our own version of our haka dance, right? And if you know what a haka dance is, it's this ritualistic preparing for battle, preparing for war. And right, you see rugby players do that are in New Zealand, right? This is our haka dance. This is our time to come together and like really prepare for the battle ahead. And the battle ahead is, hey, I got to hit my goals. I got to, serve the people. So really, really good stuff. So I love it. Have some thoughts I want to share with you guys, and I'm going to open up to some questions, and I want you guys to just give me your full insight today and your full participation, and let's just get rolling into this right away. So by a show of hands, and I think I know the answer to this question, but I'm going to ask it, and I think some of this will be rhetorical. By a show of hands or a reaction down below, how many of you, and this is a two-parter, how many of you believe that when you look at yourself as a person that you are an achiever? An achiever is someone that finds a way and make things happen regardless in your life. How many people think of yourself as an achiever, that you find a way, you make things happen regardless? All right, cool. I love this. I love all the hands. I love all the emojis. I appreciate that at a high level, right? So good stuff. So what we need to do as achievers is when we look at our life, we have to first off understand where we are in our life. And mind you, some people on this call are reaching the financial success that they desire. Some of us are still climbing, and some of us might be in a season of challenge, right? We're new, we're developing business. Maybe we don't know how to get the business. We're going to talk a lot about that today in person today. So no matter where you are in your life, I think the first thing that needs to happen is that we need to truly be accepting of where we are in which stage of life that we're in. So stay with me for a second. Whether it's the good, whether it's the bad, whether it's the ugly, whether it's right, whether it's fair, whatever it is, we just need to accept where life is right now for us, and that this is where I am and how I'm going to deal with it moving forward. Whether it's good, whether it's bad, whether it's in between, whatever the case is, right? There's an old quote there, and it's actually tatted on my arm: in time, this too shall pass, right? If you're experiencing high levels of joy and things like that in your life, those things will pass. And you might hit a season where things get a little bit more rough, because life is cyclical. We're going to go through different seasons in our life. So stay with me as we have this conversation. It is what it is. We accept where we are no matter what. After acceptance, something needs to come past this. And I wrote this down for my notes today when I was driving. Something comes after acceptance, and this is where creation needs to take the lead. And so I want to share my thoughts with you guys. This is about creating a new, and it's not just a new year, right? I think there's a lot of hype and there's a lot of hope when January 1st comes around, because it's a new year. So it gives us the thought of like, I can refresh and renew my spirit. So it's not necessarily that it's just a new year. I think that we're in a new world. And let's think about this. Let's think about pandemic and what life was like 2 years ago, right? Before pandemic, things were at that time normal. And it's not that we have a new normal. Our world has shifted. Our world has shifted in a major, major way. And so when we look at the things that we need to do, if we're in a new world, then we need to create a new us, and we need to do things that are a little bit different in our life. We need to have a new approach. We need to have new beliefs. We need to have new systems. And what is the bigger and better part of myself that I need to be tapping into? Despite any adversity we find in our way, in order to create a new, we must release what was done before, and realize that life is seasonal. We need to get really, really in tune with what do I want to offer the world and what am I going to do, right? Let's just take Lisa's case, for example. It is one small little shift of waking up early. Well, if she wakes up earlier, what does that do for her day? What does that do for her mind? What does that do for her, tasks that she wants to complete for the day? How does she feel, right? Now I'm doing something different. I've never done this, but I've never been a morning person. So she is now becoming a newer person and doing new things in her life. And so when we think about this, we always have to look at our life as very seasonal. You might be in wintertime right now. If you're having some struggles in this business, if you're having like fuck, Elias, I don't know what to do. I need to make some money. I don't know where my next deal's coming from. You might be in winter right now. Linnell, I'm going to mute you. You might be in winter time right now. But what comes right after winter? Springtime. Springtime comes right after winter, right? So no matter what, you guys, like whatever season you're in right now, and if you are in winter, it's okay. It might be a little bit cold, it might be a little rainy, it might be a little snowy wherever you are, but right on the tail end of this is springtime, right? So you guys have to commit in your life, in your business, to to changing things, to being different. Like I said, you guys, don't come to coaching if you are not willing to take action. This is about fucking action. And you guys, I will always lead by example. I will show you that, hey, I didn't know what the heck I was doing when I joined forces with Kenny, right? I've been a leader for many years, but when we said, let's do this and let's build this company, let's go to 2 billion and let's open offices and create coaching and departments and all this, I'm like, okay, I didn't know what I was doing, right? But we were able to figure it out along the way. And we took tons and tons of knocks on the chin, but look at where we are now, right? Look at where we are now. And so you guys, I had to show up in a different way. I had to make bigger commitments. I had to change my way of thinking, my behaviors, my patterns, my actions, my daily routine in order to grow and help this company grow. And I'm super, super excited with what I've accomplished in my own personal life as well as in my business. And you guys are a huge part of that. So I wanted to ask some questions, and I want to have a forum style conversation today. And anybody can chime in. And if you don't feel like chiming in vocally, you guys can write your answers down below. So I had a couple of questions, and I want to really, really have some conversation around this because I think it's going to be powerful. So in the coming months, if we were to look at this in just the coming months, I'm going to ask you guys a couple quick questions. First question is, and whoever wants to take this first one, go ahead and take yourself off of mute. What are skills that you need right now or you want to acquire this year that you feel will help you grow in business, right? What are skills that you need to acquire right now that will help you grow this year in your business? What are some skills that you need to acquire right now in your business that you feel are going to help you grow? All right, so cool. I'm seeing some cool stuff here, and I'm going to start writing these things down. All right, so we got organization. All right, consistency. And if you wrote here, I'll probably just call on you guys so we get a little bit more color on your answers here. Patience. Ooh, this is a good one. All right, patience. Focus, follow through. Let's see. Overpower the bullshit in my head. Script practice. Okay, cool. Let's keep them coming, you guys. Learning to use all the tools that are available. Follow up and follow through. Script practice, practice. Discipline, creating systems, teamwork, routine. Okay, cool. Being comfortable making YouTube videos. What's that?
Asking better questions.
Ooh, I love this. I love this. Consistency, self-discipline, and shyness. So it's not a skill that you need to acquire that is shyness. It's you need to find the skills on how to become more confident and comfortable. So the shyness isn't the skill you need to learn. Time blocking. Okay, I love this. Stick-to-ness. Okay, cool. I think I get it. Negotiating strategy. All right. Negotiating strategy and scripts for the different types of buyers. Okay, converting, script practice, and less shy. Okay, good. I thought that I'd get these style of answers, and I love this. So let's go a layer deeper. For anybody that had said this, other than coming to coaching, if you wrote something below, or if you have something that you want to talk about, what are you currently doing about it? You obviously have identified where you can acquire new strengths, new skills in 2022. Yes, Melody, I'm pointing to my hand. So my question to you, if you wrote anything, what are you doing about it? So Christina responded. Christina said, making folders, please elaborate, and then we'll continue going through. I'm going to call on a couple of people. Okay. So Christina, let's hear from you first.
I feel like I'm all over the place between a million different emails and thread chains and attachments, and I feel like I'm losing things. So I started this week making folders on my email and on my desktop for each house. And I feel like there's so much more I can do, but that's where I started. And I need help because I'm literally all over the place. And I feel like I look for an email and it's in between like 100 different email threads. And I feel like there has to be a better system than Gmail or some type of application that can help me. I'm not really tech savvy. So if anybody has any advice or help, please, because I'm losing my mind. Like, I feel like I'm literally staring at my email for 10 minutes, looking for one thing. And then I get flustered and help.
Christina.
Yeah, I'm listening.
No, the desktop folder is really helpful for me. I mean, in terms of like following up on things, I've seen somebody put down their folio. That's really good to use. But as far as like folders go, I'll set one folder for a client. And then whether we see 10 homes or we see 50 that they've seen disclosures on, or they send me their proof of funds, it's all in that one folder. So anything I need to find is always in that one folder. So now I have, it's called D Bledsoe Power Agent on my desktop, but under that is just all these different client names with folders, and in those folders is all the information. So it's a little easier for me to find, and it's been working for me. But in terms of following up and going back to them,
I'm reading something about Folio. Is that an app on Gmail? What is that? I'm gonna download it.
That is it's a program you can purchase. It's really, to me, it's worth the money because I also have like scatterbrain when I get too many things coming at me at once, especially in email. It's just so what it does is I organize everything by address, by the property address. Like once I get a transaction, right? So you can have a client folder on your desktop or whatever works for you, but once you get into contract, I organize everything by the address. And so it automatically, you can create a smart folder in Folio. It'll do it for you. And then you just, all your emails for that transaction will go into that folder automatically. At the end of the transaction, you can download all the emails, all the communication into a PDF and, upload it to the file, and you can, you can ask for, you can ask for reviews at the end. it just really helps you like organize everything.
Love it. I love it. And here's
Thank
the thing.
you.
I'm gonna give you two levels of advice right now, and then we're gonna move on from this. First things first, if you don't have Mixmax, make sure to use Mixmax. Mixmax is a Chrome extension. I think it's $9 or $9.99 a month. It will make your entire life easy. I think that every single day, everyone should commit to 0 inbox. Everything in my inbox need to have a subfolder, whether it's coaching, whether it's recruiting, whether it's past clients, whatever that is, right? Everything goes into a subfolder, right? So there should be a mantra every day, 0 inbox. The second thing that I highly recommend that you do is you subscribe to Unroll Me. Unroll Me allows you to link your inbox with Google or wherever it is. And then you go through and you see all these fucking things that you accidentally maybe subscribe to that are clogging up your email with a bunch of nonsensical bullshit that's pushing all of your important things further and further down because you're getting ads, you're getting this, and we got calls and fucking this and that and YSL, whatever else you tag or clicked on and accidentally put your email. Unroll Me and ask Quan, he's done this. Unroll Me will allow you to clean up everything. And I highly recommend that you guys do that once a month to unroll all the things that you have in your inbox that are clogging it up. All right, let's continue on this conversation. I love this. Mel, you had something that you wanted to say. You wanted to introduce a guest. So let me turn it over to Melody really quick. She had somebody that she wants to introduce on the screen today.
Good morning. Thank you, Elias. Yes,
Got
I
it.
have a guest on the line. His name is Jason Taylor. And I just wanted to give him a big shout out, and I wanted to give him a big Team Fast welcome. I feel like our group is like the most supportive out there, and I really, like hyped us up. So I want you guys to show him some love. I want you guys to put some emojis in the chat, make him feel welcome, give him a Team Fast hug. And he's an all around just amazing person. I think his story is really, really interesting. He's this cool, like swagged out cat. He's got a great vibe to him. He's a husband. He's a father of 2 little boys. And he came from a team within the EXP organization, but they were not the most supportive of him. A couple people told him that like he had to change up his style, change up his wardrobe, be different than who he really is, walk different, talk different, act different. And I told him, absolutely fucking not. We want you to be exactly who you are in this environment. And we want you to put your authentic self out there. And that's 100% okay, because here's the thing. Today's entrepreneur is vastly different than the entrepreneur that was there 15 to 20 years ago. So welcome to the Fast family. Just want to hand the mic over to Jason really quick and like say a couple words to the team and just introduce yourself.
What up, JT? Go ahead, man. Rapid fire. Let's hear from you, brother. Welcome to the team.
Hey everybody, how y'all doing? My name is Jason. Everybody calls me JT. I'm really, really fortunate and excited to be joining you guys. Like Melody said, I had a lot of probably not so great experiences. And just coming over here and even listening to you guys for the last 30 minutes. I mean, I've never been a part of a business setting that was so free and organic like this. So I'm super excited. I'm glad to learn and see what y'all are doing over here, because I see y'all a lot. So I'm excited, man. I appreciate y'all.
Man, I love it. And welcome, JT. And hey, man, you will feel comfortable to be wherever the heck you are in this environment. And when you said free and organic, man, those are things that definitely define who we are, man. Free to be whoever I am and be able to be organically creative. So very cool. Let's come back to the topic. So Mel, well, I have you. You had mentioned patience in the chat below. What are you doing about it? What are you doing right now? If this is a skill that you want to acquire in 2022, what are you doing about it right now in order to gain more, more grace or patience in your life?
That's a really good question, and I'm glad you asked that. So one of the things that I'm doing to acquire patience in my life, and sorry, I have my video off. I'll turn it on. I'm doing my makeup right now. One of the things that I'm doing right now in my life to acquire patience is being okay with the L's. like being okay with not winning every single day. I know that in our environment, we are all about moving really fast and we're all heavy hitters out there. Like I see Christina Darrow, she's been licensed for like a hot minute and she's fucking crushing it. And I'm so proud of her. Donna Chan, doubled her business this past year with Team Fast. Jen Oaks, she did like $34 million with 43 units last year and she's a single mom. Like there's so many people in our environment that are excelling at such a fast pace. And sometimes it can make me feel like I'm not doing enough. Sometimes it makes me feel like I want to be there. I want to get there. I want to be at the top with everyone else. And I get distracted very, very easily. I think that's the number one fault that I have is like, I've got something shiny syndrome. I'm like, ooh, squirrel, and it's because I love people and I love nurturing people. And like, I just get, off track sometimes. And so being okay with getting off track, not beating myself up over it, and being okay with not having a winning day every single day, but then embracing those days that are like amazing and the sun is out and I'm surrounded by my fast family and like having a client hit me up that's, a referral or someone off IG saying that they like really find that I've helped them in some sort of a way. And just embracing those days and really being super, super grateful for them. And then I've been, just going into the gym after my workouts and going into the sauna and steam room for about a half an hour and just meditating, really just laying there with my eyes closed and just visualizing what I want the next 12 months to look like. Not the last 10 year or the next 10 years or the next 5 years or whatever, but just the next 12 months. Like, what is that going to look like for me? What are some of the things that I want to accomplish? And how do I want to have an impact on the people around me and to be able to like be supportive to those that are around me in this environment. And so practicing patience and taking it day by day and just kind of having a little bit more grace for myself and just kind of taking it day by day. That's what I've got so far.
And Melody, I'm going to speak from experience on this topic. I'm a hothead and I, at times in my life have been super impatient. But being a coach and being a leader, you're forced to be patient. There's things that I know, there's things that I've seen, and there's things that I've done, but and you can't force that upon somebody. You guys have to be able to see it your way. And at times they're like, oh, just do it, you can do it. No, I have to have grace as a leader too. And I have to be like, okay, it's going to come to them. I can advise them and help them and support them, but they have to come to that on their own time. And sometimes it just takes a little bit longer. So I appreciate you saying that. Let's go over to Andrea. Andrea, been doing big things on social, love what you're doing. You said organization. So why did you say that? And what are you doing about it right now to get more organized?
No, I said consistency.
Oh, consistency. I'm sorry. I had Christine and Andrea mixed up. So let's go to you about consistency. What are you doing about it right now to stay more consistent so we can all learn from each other?
Well, like you said, social media, I mean, I feel like everybody gets up and they open their eyes and they post something. So I'm trying to be more consistent with that because in the past I am not. And then also just focusing on my business. So making sure that and I think that Sisu is helping because I'm logging it. That way I'm keeping track of what I'm doing throughout the day. And I'm thinking of, what else can I be doing? I'm making lists so that I kind of stay on task and stay consistent.
Love it. And if you stayed consistent and you were able to achieve this, how would this change your business if you were to do this over the next year?
Oh, I mean, ideally, I would be able to at least double what I did last year, which shouldn't be hard because my numbers were not huge. So my goal is to at least double my business from last year.
And let me give you some props. Andrea, literally her first week, she's out with the branding coach, social media coach. She's shooting content in the office. making reels, building a brand. Her coach sent it to me like, here, here's a couple brands that she's thinking about, or a couple logos that she's thinking about. And this is like first week, right? So if you consistently do this for the next year, I promise you, you're going to see your business grow. I promise you. So good stuff. I love what you're doing. Good stuff. Let's go over to Christine. Christine, you had said organization. Sorry, I have those two mixed up. So Christine, when you talk about organization, what are you doing about it right now to get more organized?
I'm doing like similar to what Christina had said. Like, I'm just trying to clean up like all the stuff that I have, because I feel like a lot of times you're getting a lot of like leads and a lot of stuff is coming in. So I've been trying to clean it up and use Follow Up Boss, use like spreadsheets to kind of organize my clients and like what their status is. But I just been trying to clean up, but I think I need to create a better system. So that's what I think I should be doing, like creating a better system of how, like, once I get this, I'm going to do this and do this. So that's like a good follow through.
Okay, good. So let's talk about this. And I want to help you guys, and I want to help you guys eliminate a word. I want to help you eliminate the word try, right? I'm not going to fucking I'm not going to try to succeed in this company. I'm not going to try to hit $2 billion in production, right? That's not what I'm trying to do. I am fucking committed to doing this in my life and business. Like rain, snow, or shine. There's no trying. This is a must for me, right? When we change our shoulds to an absolute must and you burn the boat mentality, there's no trying. I'm going to get out here and do this, right? Because look at the resources that you have around you. There's people on the team that are doing it. There is resources all around, from organization to Folio to, Trello to Asana. There's all these programs out there. There's, samples of everyone's calendar. You can see my calendar. You can see Kenny's calendar. So there's all these examples for you, and there's all the resources for you. Don't lack the resourcefulness, right? I think when agents don't achieve, not that they lack the, let's face it, you guys, there's no shortage of training here. There's no shortage of videos. There's no shortage of coaching. There's no shortage of tech tools, right? Tons of fucking tech tools, right? They're all for you here. But when an agent doesn't succeed, there's just that they may lack that resourcefulness, right? To think and ask and to just implement and take action. So I want to help everyone eliminate the word try from your vocabulary, eliminate the word if I was to do this, eliminate those words, and you operate as if it's already happening, right? You operate as if it's already happening. I'm already a fucking big dog in this business. That's how you should look at yourself. I don't care if you've done one transaction or if you're Melody and Roxanne, and you've done, 50 plus transactions in your career in the last couple of years, whatever it is, you act in a way that you have already created everything that you want in your life. That's it. That's it, you guys. I'm a kid that came from the streets. But I'll tell you what, I can go to a party and bump elbows with millionaires, but I can also talk to kids from the hood, right? No matter what. So let's continue on this conversation. I heard a couple of people say focus. I don't know who put focus, but who talked about focus in the chat, and who wants to tell me a little bit about how they're going to work on this skill set in this next year? Anybody? Go ahead, Guru.
I'm in myself. Yeah, focus. I was listening to Melody and chasing squirrels and looking at shiny pennies and green jelly beans and blah, 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 blah. I'm super ADD. I'm like OCD, ADD. I got it all. Okay, so what I'm doing is really meditating, breathing in the morning. I take a hot bath and I slow down to speed up, okay? So I focus, I meditate, I give gratitude, so much gratitude for everything, for the warm bath, for the bed, for the house, for the, I'm super blessed. And then I'm changing my routine. I'm not trying, I'm doing it. I'm on these calls. I feel motivated. I'm happy to be part of this team. I found my tribe, I really, I was almost like accidentally recruiting somebody last night, telling them how excited I was about Team Fast and what's going on here in this culture. And so I'm on here. I'm getting fed in these coaching calls. I'm I'm publicly committing to things that I know I need to do and I need the accountability for it. And I'm doing it. I'm logging my numbers in Sisu, starting to. I don't know what the hell how it works, but I'm putting some numbers in there. I hope they're showing up somewhere. But anyway, yeah. So I'm just I'm keeping my commitments. And even when I'm tired, my legs are hurting, I'm doing 125 doors a day. I got to do it because I said I was. So thank you all. Thank you all for the motivation.
I'm moved, right? And the word that comes out to me is discipline, right? Anybody can do something for a couple days, right? Anybody can do that for a couple days. Lisa can wake up 2 days a week and feel like, oh, I did it. It's the discipline that's going to carry you through, right? You want 6-pack abs. Well, shit, you can't just do that twice a week, right? You're going to look like a pear, right? You got to be committed to the discipline and what you eat and how you work out every single day. Linnell Dixon, you had your hand up. Let's hear from you. She loves when I say her full name.
No, I feel like I'm in trouble. So I suffer from 2 things: overcompensation and word vomit. And I think it's more so like coming from me being afraid of growth. Like I know that that I can be successful in real estate. Like I feel it, but then I'm kind of scared that like, am I going to be successful in real estate? And if I am successful in real estate, then that means that I have to change who I am and I have to grow and I have to stop having word vomit. And I have to stop overcompensating. And when I say overcompensating, I make a lot of jokes and I talk a lot of shit. But if you know me and you really get to know me, you love me. So that's what I'm working on right now. I probably need to hire a coach, like a one-on-one coach to help me with like the word vomit. I'll get a client and I'll get to talking and then I'm like, shit, I done messed up because I added something that I didn't even have to add. So luckily, most times when I am talking to clients, I have like somebody on the line with me, like Gabrielle or something, and she's like texting me like, shh, like, and I'm like, we need to come up with a code word. When I get to talking too much, we need to come up with like something. And I'm like, so just text me Sagittarius or say Sagittarius or cough or something. That way I can shut up. So yeah.
Let me ask you a question, Linnell. How many deals are you doing on your own?
On my own, so I am doing none.
Okay.
All of my deals I partnered up with Gabrielle. And the reason why is because when I first got my license, she contacted me, she reached out to me and she gave me a lead. And I super appreciate that. And I feel a sense of loyalty. So the deals that I have done and brought, I invited her to do them with me.
Okay. But also, do you rely on her?
In some ways I do, but I honestly, I can do, I could do it myself, but in some ways I do. I feel like she brings something to the table that I don't, and that I need to work on. I feel like I can get the client. What I love about her is that she's able to speak articulately. Can I say that? Yeah. Yep. Yeah. She's so like when we're doing a buyer's consultation. So you see me do a buyer's consultation with you and I get really distracted. I have the squirrel syndrome. I lose my train of thought super easily. But when I'm in person, when it's one-on-one and it's me and you, I can talk to you all day. I can make you trust me. I can make you fall for me all day and want me to be your agent. However, what I feel with Gabrielle is that I want to educate the client in a way that it seems professional. Because I can educate you. I can. But I can educate you like we are from the same area or something like that, or like we grew up together. But where I want certain clients, I want her to be able to educate them and for them to take it like, okay, she's intelligent. So I feel like coming together, I feel like the partnership that we have together, I feel like it just works. And yeah, I can do deals by myself, but I just feel like it works. And I'm not a greedy person.
Right. All right. So I want to challenge a little bit of this narrative here. So a couple things that I took from this. So I want to challenge you to take on the next client by yourself. And it's not saying that she's not a great partner because you guys all have great partners, right? I want to challenge you because it's going to help you get strong in the areas that she is really great at, right? It's going to challenge you, right? And no matter what your background is, I'm a dude that never went to college. I'm a dude that grew up on the streets, right? And I learn. And when I do a presentation, you can ask Mel. Mel and I have partnered on a deal. I still am myself. I'm a little off color. I'm a little unorthodox. I'm a little goofy, right? I am myself, but I communicate in a way that they get it because it's me, right? And so don't think that you have to get outside of that person, because that's what makes you you. But also when you're presenting and you're communicating with the client, you have to ask yourself, like, when was the last time they talked, right? Are they talking 80% of the time? And if they're not talking enough, you're not asking the right questions, right? And that's the whole thing. So let me turn it back to you, Linnell. Let me ask you a couple questions because I want to make sure that I really, really understand you, right?
Okay.
And being able to pause on each section of the buyer's presentation, being like, okay, cool. So I just want to make sure that that makes sense. Let me hear from you. What are your thoughts? Does that make sense? Do you have any questions? And make sure that you get them talking, right? A great presenter and a great salesperson is not about always telling and then crossing the fingers and hope they get it. It's being able to elicit the type of responses that you want because you're asking the right questions. So become masterful at the way that you ask your questions and get them communicating and talking more. So, and this is a skill that you will learn over time. And so, but I appreciate you sharing. Quan, you had your hand up, bro. Let's hear from you.
Yeah, I just want to chime in on that. Now I can definitely relate to you on that. You know, I feel like, especially in the beginning, I feel like the way I was able to, or the way I'm able to like win the trust of the client is to like demonstrate as much knowledge as possible. So I'll just like talk their ears up and just go off on all these tangents of, you know, facts and whatnot. And I'm learning to reflect on every conversation that I have right after the conversation to see what I did right, what I did wrong, and then ask myself, what can I do better? So as an example, Elias put me on the spot like 2 days ago, and you know, we're doing this role play, and you know, like, and I was explaining the market, and I was thinking about that right afterwards. I was like, damn, I did not need to go into all the details about like what type of like quantitative tightening, you know, things that are happening. I could have just ended with like, Feds are doing quantitative tightening, you know, something like that. If they wanted me to elaborate, I can do that. So, but the only reason that I was able to get there was by asking myself questions right afterwards, or, you know, like just reflect on the situation. That's how you get better.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. And we've had conversations, Quan and I, and I've almost been like, all right, Quan, like, all right, like stop. Like you are like, you know, you're in your mind right now. So Linnell, what I want to encourage you to do, and I don't know if you've done this, go to the crystalknows.com website and go to the DISC profile. You can find the DISC profile free assessment on tonyrobbins.com and do the DISC profile. It's going to allow you to identify with what your key characteristics are and communication style is. Then what it will help you do is when you're communicating with somebody, instantly you'll be able to identify, does that person fall in the D, the I, the S, or the C, or the combination of the two? So then you can adjust your speech pattern, the way you communicate based on who's in front of you. And that's a skill, right? That's a learned skill. That's a science. That's a practice. What you'll find over time, Linnell, is that you have this amazing jovial spirit about you. What you'll do is you'll be able to be like, how do I communicate with different, how do I communicate right now with the fucking high you know, D personality or high C personality, super analytical engineer, that numbers, technical, I'm robotic, how can I help you, right? How do I communicate with that person? You identify who you are first, and then it'll help you identify how to communicate with these other speech patterns and so on and so forth. So good stuff. I love this. And I love your insight, Kwanzo. Joellen, you had your hand up.
Yeah, I just want to say that I really love, I love Linnell's smile. She seems super welcoming and friendly. And I think sometimes what we do is we have these things in the back of our head where we label ourselves like we're not good enough, we're not smart enough, we can't articulate. But I think, because I've had that too, right? But what happens is because I really didn't know what I was talking about. So until I learned what you guys are talking about, the market, the days, the average, how many offers, you know, really knowing the market, now I can say, look, our team has closed 883 units. We have $670 million that we sold last year, because I learned it. But before, I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to say. I'm just going to say, oh, interest rates are low, buying. That's what I was saying. Like, really? But until I was presented with, you got to learn this. And then you feel more confident, and all that other stuff goes out the window because you know what you're talking about. So,
man, I agree with you. So good. Quan, did you still have your hand up from before, or was there something new? Sorry, bro.
Oh, no. That was
Okay. So a lot of great things. Who else had something that they put into the chat, or something that they wanted to talk about, a skill that they want to acquire this year? How do I say your name? It's Seletut. How do I say that?
Sorry, it's Seletut.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
So let me ask you, what's the skill? I don't think I've had you speak on this call before, but what's the skill that you?
Oh yeah, Elias, I wanted to introduce her as well. I didn't realize she was on the call today. Good morning.
Hey, Melanie.
Thank you for being here. She's also another agent. She just joined our team. She's got an amazing spirit, also mom from Vallejo, and she's just like an all-around amazing person. So sorry, I didn't really notice that you were here. So thanks for speaking up.
So yeah, so I saw your face. So I just want to call on you. Like, what's the skill that you want to acquire this year?
Well, like Joe, sorry if I mispronounced your name. Well, like how she was saying, like I just barely got into real estate like 2 weeks ago, and pretty much I'm starting from nothing. So I'm trying to learn everything.
Good. And I think being in these environments, you're going to hear from, the Kevin Magnans of the world. You're going to hear from the, people that are like Colleen that are brand new. You're going to hear from the Chris's who have been in this game for a long time, understand the investment side. So what we believe in group coaching is we believe in the power of collective wisdom. We're as good as the people around us, right? Because I hear stuff all the time that I learn in group coaching that I apply in my other coaching sessions. I heard something from Kevin Magna the other day, and the way that he spoke about San Ramon and the market and this and that. And I'm like, cool, I talked with the San Ramon agent, and what did I use? I used the same stuff that I heard from Kevin Magna, right? So it's like, we're all learning and growing together. And there's sometimes I hear from you guys almost like straight fire, right? Because if I'm not learning, then I'm stagnant, right? I'm all about progression. I want to progress. I want to grow. I want to learn. I want to fulfill myself. And so I get a lot of that selfishly from you guys. So thank you for filling my cup as well. So you're going to learn a lot here in this environment, and I appreciate you being here, and welcome as our newest guest.
Thanks.
So Michelle, you had your hand up. Let's go to you, and then let's come full circle on this conversation.
I'm hearing a lot of good stuff. I'm picking up all kinds of nuggets. Thank you, everyone. I would like to hear like what people are doing to teach themselves self-discipline. Like I tell myself, I'm going to do this at this time of this day. I'm going to do that at that time of the day. And then I struggle with like actually following through with the discipline of it. Like actually, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. So I'm just wondering what people do to like teach themselves the discipline to create like new, better, good habits.
Kevin Magna, if he can chime in on this, because here's what I know about Kevin Magna. He's a man of discipline. That we had a meeting last week, we changed the calendar, and he's like, dude, freaking out, bro. It's not on the calendar. It doesn't exist. Can you please update the calendar? I'm like, bro, I got you. I understand. So Kevin, man of discipline, what are some things that you do right now to keep you on pace?
Yeah, I'm not perfect, and it's still something I'm working on. But I live and die by my calendar, right? And so and then I review it like the night before. So if there's like stuff we got to juggle the kids around, and I got to coordinate things with the wife because I got to go do some showings. Like we're doing that like 24 hours ahead. So I'm trying to get ahead of the game as much as I can the night before. And it's like when I'm doing my sisu, I'm looking at my calendar. So there's like a 30-minute on the couch, maybe I'm watching TV, but it's preparing me for the next day. That way I'm not running around with like a chicken with my head cut off as much as I still do on the day of. And like last night, I've got a lunch meeting today, and so there's things that need to happen before and after. But that calendar is huge. Like I've got bedtime in there, I've got workouts in there. And if it's in there, it's got to get done. I've got my marketing stuff, like things I do on a monthly basis. Whether that's the e-newsletter that goes out once a month. Got a plan for the postcard drop 3 weeks before the postcards got to get mailed. All that kind of stuff. So I try to be really detailed from that perspective. Not everybody, the disc profile is legit, and we're all different. But those are some of the things and habits that I've tried to create for myself.
I love it. Let me share this with you, Michelle. I've shared this before. So this is my calendar. Obviously, I'm looking at quite a few other people's calendar, but anything in red and anything in yellow are my events, right? So anything in red and anything in yellow are my events throughout the week. So how do I accomplish what I accomplish in the week? Well, I have to stick to my calendar. Like, there is no way about it. I know when I get up, I know when I'm on group coaching, I know when I'm checking my emails, I know when I have all my appointments lined out. So it's just, you become a person of discipline, but you have to plan everything. I look at my calendar the night before. I look at my calendar in the morning time. I have to make sure that I know what type of energy that I'm going to give to all the things that I have in my calendar every single day. So becoming disciplined is one thing, but then saying, you know what, no matter what, this is what I'm committed to. And Michelle, if it's not moving you to take action, perhaps it's the wrong things on your calendar, right? I promise you, if it's not saying, you know what, these are must, and there's no fucking way that I'm going to let these things go in my life, then maybe they're the wrong things. Maybe they're the wrong things. Kevin.
I would just add too, that's where the accountability partners come in, right? And that I've got, some teammates that I'm starting to partner with, and, they're working on stuff, and that means I got to get my stuff done, right? Because I don't want to be the one dropping the ball. And then, I think that's why we're all here 3 days a week, because Elias is holding us accountable to push ourselves to new levels so we can get that $2 billion goal, right? So that all works together in holding us accountable. But it comes down to action,
Love it. Love it. PK, you had your hand up, and then we'll kind of come to the tail end of coaching.
Can you tell me if my audio is okay?
It's perfect, because you're in a
Okay,
Tesla
awesome.
and there's no road sound.
All right, anyways. So one thing that I wanted to add to discipline is back to kind of your point, like your whys. When I was kind of like general high level putting things on my calendar, and like I was just doing it because everybody else told me to do it, and I was like, well, I can skip that today. Like, it doesn't really mean anything to me, whatever. Like, it didn't really mean anything for me to accomplish it. It was just like something that somebody told me to do it, and I did it, and it looked nice on my calendar. It kept me, busy on calendar. But my mantra changed. I simplified my life. There were only 3 categories in my life that I actually care about, and only 3 things that I, aim to work towards. One is my, obviously mental and physical health. One is my career, and one is my relationship. And I had to cut a lot of junk out of my life. And I don't want to say that my friends or my social life was junk, but it actually was. Like, it wasn't really getting me any closer to my 3 priorities in life. If anything, it was just keeping me busy for no reason. So now anything and everything that is in my calendar has to fill in that 3 bucket in my life. Is it a family matter? Is it a relationship matter? Like whatever we call it, date night or something. I don't really do, cute things like that, but like, is it that category? Is it my mental health? Is it my physical health? Or is it my career? And then when it's on my calendar, it becomes my routine. I cannot skip it. It literally is what I live for. From, this is the mantra of my life. Really the only way you can build discipline. It will not be perfect. There are days that I have to make modifications to my workout routine. Like today, I had to go for a run because I simply did not have time to fit in an hour workout. And I also had to walk my dog before heading out for a 8-hour, full day. So that's it. Like, you just gotta prioritize your life, simplify it to a couple of things that you actually care about and are important to you. And all your tasks have to fit into one of those buckets. And that's it.
I love it. I love it. So you guys, to recap on today, if you missed any of the start of it. What are the skills that you need or want to acquire in 2022? What are you doing about it? What resources do you have here within the company to help you? What resources can you go to outside of the company to get? Are you committed to growing the skill set? And how would this change your business? And are you willing to take action now? Are you willing to take action? Right? This is not go to a fucking seminar and take $2,500 worth of notes and be like, woo, that shit was dope. And then this goes down there, it goes in the drawer, and I don't look at it. And it was good while I was there. It was great. Woo. No, this is about action, you guys. This is about taking action, looking at your life and be like, hey, if I change this 1%, how is it going to give me a different direction over the next year, right? Small little minor steps in your business, you guys. So listen, we're going to come full circle. I'm going to go to a couple people and hear what your takeaways were. I'm going to go to Nisha Case. Nisha Case, what were some of your key takeaways from today's session?
Sorry, it's a little loud. I'm juicing, one of my New Year's resolutions.
Love that.
However, my key takeaways, I think, are just doing it, just getting in there, doing what you know you need to do, not making excuses, not comparing myself to anyone, walking my own journey, my own path, and trusting that if I place one brick every day, by the end of the year, I'm going to have a wall.
Beautiful. 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 I love that. Jose, let's hear from you, brother. Take us home. Takeaways from today's session. Let's hear from you, brother.
I mean, the main takeaway I took away was that, really just hold yourself accountable. Nobody's going to do it for you. You got to do it yourself. There's no more trying. You got to get to it.
Yes.
So that's what I'm working on.
I keep on hearing that thing on IG. No one's coming, right? No one's going to save you. No one's coming. I don't know the whole dialogue behind it, but I keep hearing it, right? No one's coming. You got to do this shit for yourself, you guys. We're here to support you, but you got to take the action. If you had one opportunity to go find one client today, what would you do to go get it, right? Go out there, take action. If you guys are coming to Foundation Preparation, I'll be ready. We're all set up. We're going to have food. We're going to have some fun. We're going to have some music. So hopefully I'll see you guys in the office today. Take care. Have a wonderful weekend. I will see you guys on Monday if I don't see you in a couple hours. Peace. Have a great day, everybody.